Let me give it to you straight. Life is passing you by faster than you think. And most people won't even realize it until it's too late. We scroll through other people's lives. Double tap, swipe up, compare, complain, then repeat. Meanwhile, our own lives just tick by. Quietly, relentlessly. Days become weeks, weeks become months, and suddenly it's another year. And you're still in the same place. Doing the same things. Surrounded by the same people who don't push you. Habits that don't serve you. And a mindset that quietly whispers, maybe someday. But what if someday never comes? What if the dream you keep postponing is dying in the background while you're busy keeping up appearances? Paying bills, pleasing people, staying comfortable. This right here, these next 10 minutes, could be the wake-up call you didn't know you needed. Not because I have all the answers, but because maybe, just maybe, you've been avoiding the questions. Questions like, who am I becoming? Who do I spend my time with? What do I really want? Not what I settled for. When's the last time I did something that scared me, not because it was reckless, but because it mattered? You see, we live in a world where distraction is the default. Notifications, streaming, news cycles, gossip, content, everything is designed to keep you busy, but not better, productive, but not purposeful, surrounded, but not connected, and that numbing becomes normal. You start waking up with your soul on mute. You start telling yourself things like, it's fine, it's not that bad, I should be grateful, maybe next year. No, enough of that. This is your life, not a rehearsal, not a warm-up. This is the real thing. And it's slipping through your fingers every time you choose comfort over courage. Every time you let fear make your decisions. Every time you keep the peace on the outside while you're screaming on the inside. The truth? Most people are waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, the right sign, but there is no right time. There's just time, and it's either being used or wasted. And if you keep waiting, life will hand you a script you never wrote, and you'll spend decades acting in a story that doesn't inspire you. I've been there. I've smiled when I wanted to scream, said, I'm good, when I was breaking, laughed in rooms that felt hollow. And every day, I felt this quiet ache, a sense that something was missing, that I was missing. And then one day, it hit me. Nobody is coming to give me permission. Nobody is going to rescue me from average. If I want an extraordinary life, I have to build it, brick by brick, choice by choice. And that means doing things differently. It means facing hard truths. It means asking, what's it costing me to stay where I am? Not just in money, in energy, in passion, in purpose. Because the truth is, staying stuck has a price. And most people are paying it in silence. But you don't have to. You can decide today that this version of you, the one playing small, dimming your light, waiting for signs, is not the final version. You can interrupt the cycle. You can shift the story. You can become the person your younger self needed and your future self will thank you for. It starts with awareness. It grows with action. And it's powered by a decision. I refuse to waste my life. Not for validation. Not for comfort. Not because it's hard. Not because I'm scared. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, you will be scared. But nothing meaningful was ever built without discomfort. Growth is supposed to feel awkward. Change is supposed to feel unfamiliar. If it's easy, you're probably not evolving. And if you're evolving, people will notice, and not everyone will like it. Some will be threatened. Some will criticize. Some will leave. Let them. Don't shrink to keep people comfortable. Don't edit yourself to fit their story. You weren't born to blend in. You were born to break patterns, to challenge norms, to build what hasn't been built. That's why it's so uncomfortable. You're not just changing your life. You're changing generations. The way you think, the way you lead, the way you show up, it matters. More than you know. Because someone is watching you right now, quietly wondering if they're allowed to grow. Just because you did, your courage gives them permission. So don't wait. Start now. Not next Monday. Not when you feel ready. You won't feel ready. You start before you're ready. You act while afraid. You move while doubting. And that's what separates dreamers from doers. Because most people will watch this, nod, feel inspired, then go right back to their routine. But not you. You're still here. You're still reading. That means something. It means the part of you that's hungry for more, the part that remembers who you really are, is waking up. Feed it, protect it, build around it. In the next part, I'll break down how to go from clarity to action. How to build a simple system that keeps you aligned, driven, and locked in. no matter what life throws at you. But for now, remember this. The clock is ticking, your future is calling, and your time is now. Nobody talks about the quiet moments. The nights when you lie awake staring at the ceiling, wondering how the hell your life ended up here. The mornings when your chest feels heavy before your feet even hit the floor. The way shame wraps itself around your throat, whispering, "You're behind, you messed up, it's too late." Rock bottom doesn't always look like a dramatic movie scene. Sometimes it looks like checking your bank account and seeing $12.46. Sometimes it's your phone lighting up with another bill you can't pay. Another job rejection. Another reminder that you're not where you thought you'd be. That was me. I've eaten canned soup 3 nights in a row because that's what I could afford. I've dodged calls from debt collectors. I've walked into gas stations with a calculator in my hand, praying I could afford both the gas and the sandwich. But the worst part? It wasn't the money. It was the feeling that I had become invisible. Like the world had moved on without me. Like I'd failed the version of me who used to dream big. Who believed life had something more to offer. That feeling is poison. It tells you not to try, not to hope, not to believe. And the scariest thing is, most people stay there, not because they want to, because they don't know a way out. But there is a way. And it's not pretty. It's not fast. It's not a feel-good Instagram quote. It's work. It's sweat. It's choosing to fight when you'd rather hide. My turning point came on a Tuesday. Random. Ordinary. I was walking home from a job interview I didn't get. Phone battery dead. Overdraft account blinking red. I passed a bookstore. Not a fancy one. A used one. On impulse. I walked in. I didn't have money to buy anything. But I needed to sit. To feel human. I picked up a book off the dollar rack. It was beat up. Pages folded. Title half faded. I opened it to a chapter that read, "Rock bottom is where most people stop. But it's also where your foundation is born." I froze. Reread it. Again. That sentence hit different, because I realized something. I hadn't failed. I'd been forged. Rock bottom wasn't a dead end. It was a damn launchpad. That night, I went home, made instant noodles, and started writing. Not a plan, not goals, just truths. The truth that I hated where I was. The truth that I wasn't stupid. The truth that I was sick of feeling powerless. And then, I made a promise. Not to get rich. Not to go viral. Just to never live like this again. That's where it started. With a promise. I gave myself 90 days. Not to change everything, but to move. One step a day. I Googled free courses. Found one on personal finance. Spent 2 hours watching it. Took notes like my life depended on it, because it did. The next day I found a podcast on side hustles. The day after that, I made a list of skills I had that someone might pay for. I had no experience, no portfolio, but I could write, so I put up a Craigslist ad. Freelance writing. Cheap, fast, honest. It was embarrassing. I felt like a fraud. But within 3 days, someone reached out. A college kid needing help with an essay. I charged $20. Spent 4 hours on it. When I got paid, I didn't just see money. I saw proof. Proof that I wasn't broken. I was capable. That 1 gig became 2. 2 became 10. I reinvested everything. No splurges. No breaks. I stayed focused. Relentless. Broke habits. Cut off distractions. I treated that $20 gig like it was $1 million contract. And slowly, it started building. Clients. Reviews. Confidence. Then came bigger jobs, blogs, web copy, resumes. I learned, adapted, leveled up. Every dollar was fuel. Every success a middle finger to the version of me that once gave up. Within 8 months, I had replaced my part-time job. Within a year, I doubled my old salary. Within 2 years, I was earning 6 figures. Not because I was a genius, but because I refused to stay where life dropped me. And here's the truth. I'm not special. I didn't have rich parents. I didn't get lucky. I got hungry. I got focused. I stopped trying to look successful and started becoming someone who could handle success. That's the real secret. You don't get rich by chasing money. You get rich by changing who you are. Your habits, your thinking, your emotional endurance. Money comes when value is created. And value comes from growth. The more you grow, the more you're worth. Not just to others, but to yourself. You start standing taller. Speaking differently, making choices with power instead of fear. And the people around you? They'll notice. Some will celebrate. Some will leave. Let them. Because this journey isn't about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. Right to believe again. Right to try again. Right to build a life you don't need a vacation from. I know it sounds simple. Maybe too simple. But sometimes, it is that simple. Not easy, but simple. Decide. Commit. Act. Again. And again. And again. No excuses. No waiting. No more someday. In the next part, I'll break down exactly how to start from zero, what to focus on, where to find opportunities, how to manage your mind when doubt creeps in, and how to create momentum even when your environment is screaming at you to give up. But for now, remember this: your rock bottom is not your end. It's your invitation to build, to rise, to reclaim your story. And if they don't believe in you yet, good, let your results speak. And let this be the last time you ever feel powerless. Because once you realize the comeback is stronger than the setback, everything changes.